Hello, you Sagittarians! Oh my goodness, I don't know where to start if I talk to Sagittarians for the month of June 2012. What is happening for you? That's happening very much. For all of us actually, for all signs. For all signs, this little explanation is applicable. So this is applicable for all signs. And Pluto and Uranus, it is very obvious that Pluto and Uranus in a square is actually accentuating the fact that we have to change, and we have to change into stronger people. That's basically it. That's what Pluto-Uranus is all about. We have to transcend all the different roles that we play that are false and that are not powerful. I'm talking about roles, and I'm going to explain 3 roles that are really not the roles that we want to play because they make us unhappy. That's one thing, and everybody wants to be happy. I certainly do. And it is also a possibility to get out of a bad situation and to become stronger. So this model was based on the environment of court and judges and so on in this world, where there is a judge, where there is a victim, where there is a solicitor, and so on. So 3 roles that we don't want to play. The weakest role of the 3 is a victim. And I think we all play roles in our lives, or we have been playing roles in our lives, where we are the victim. And if we are a victim, it's the weakest roles of all 3. Why? Because we let other situations, other people walk all over us. And that's because we don't want to take responsibility. Or maybe we want to, but we feel that we can't. And why can't we? Because we feel not good enough about ourselves. We feel a bit less. That's basically it. Now the other role, you could say, is a bit the opposite role. It's the role of the savior. That's not a powerful position either. Why? Because you feel better than someone else. It's also an equality. You feel better than someone else, and you overtake their power. You take responsibility of that other person. It could mean in a personal relationship, but it could also be a situation at work. Maybe a colleague who's taking all responsibility. Oh, I will do it for you, and that person, that savior, really thinks that he's doing or she's doing the right thing. But actually, it is not a powerful situation. It is taking other people's power. And it's not a healthy situation. How to get out of this? How to get out of a victim's role is to take responsibility. And in that case, you need Mars. You need to have a transit. If you use the astrology, you can look at when is my Mars, or when is Mars going to aspect another personal planet, or is going to give me some strength. Because you're going to need it. It's going to give me some courage to get out of this situation. And then you can become a stronger person. For the savior, it is a good moment when they realize that instead of giving the fish to other people all the time, they learn to other people how to fish. And that's a huge difference. That's not saying you've got to do this and that. That's just suggesting how to do it, and that is a totally different point of view. That is transcending, taking over power. You're not going to take any other people's power into your hands when you are trying to help them. You're not going to do what they have to do. They have to take their responsibility. But you're going to help them. You're going to suggest maybe you can do this and that, but you're not going to do it. That's a huge difference. And then there's equality. Then the last position, the last role we don't want to play, it's the strongest role of the 3 roles. I mean, power, when it comes to power, it's the role of the judge, which is on top of it. You know, we can play them in different situations, you know, with the finger, judging everything. You shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do that, or this situation, But of course, that's also not a healthy position. That means that you're not in balance. That means that you feel better than other people or better than other situations. Now, how to get out of this role is the easiest one. It's just the awareness of the fact that you can open the eyes of other people without influencing them. Because you're influencing other people if you're saying you should do this and you should do that. You are opposing your own power and your own value system towards other people. So you take yourself as a standard. I certainly play those roles a lot of times, and I still have to be very aware of it, not to do it. So we all play different roles, and but there's a way to get out. And just the last thing about this judge role is that the importance of words, so to transcend this role of judge, is really to really mind your words and to be a kind of a messenger to other people, to make them think, to just give them, I don't know where my glasses are, but just to give them a frame of the glasses so people can, other people other situations, other things can fill it in themselves, but you kind of give them a frame to think about it. And then there is equality. You know, this is all about Pluto-Uranus, liberté, égalité, fraternité. And especially égalité, it is not about, you know, like Mao Zedong dressed up in all the same suits, but it is equality when it comes to power. It is very much about that. And Neptune can help us with this, because Neptune is going in Pisces. Maybe at first we're going to think, ooh, this is making situations rather vague and we don't know where we're up to, so there's chaos probably. But it is needed to get out of the situation and to see the clarity afterwards. That's my opinion. But also for the Sagittarians, because it's happening, well, the lunar eclipse on the 4th of June is happening on your axis. But Pluto-Uranus is also very, very important for you. But first of all, this lunar eclipse. So this moon, this lunar eclipse, the moon is in your first house, around about 14 degrees. So if you're having an ascendant on 10 to 14 degrees, then you're sensing this very well. Actually, it really means that your emotions can be on your sleeve, but you have to be quite, you have to take into consideration your own needs and that in balance with others. That's the key for this month, because there's such an emphasis on the other person too, on the significant other, because there is the sun in there, the first week of the month, Mercury, still Mercury, and then at the end of the month, Jupiter, your ruler, is going to enter Gemini, your 7th house. So a big focus on relationships. And I think it also has to do with work, because there is Mars in the 10th house for a long time. Now it's speeding up, Mars in the 10th house. And so overall it could mean for you that because you have paid attention to yourself and you have done stuff that concerns your work, but there's always also the balance that you have to make with that other person. And I think you'll be able to do it, because especially at the end of the month, because Jupiter is in there, and Jupiter is always a positive planet. So when you're single, yes, there's absolutely opportunity. Venus is has been going retrograde, but there is opportunity. Just maybe I would suggest you just make up your mind at the end of the month, because then Jupiter comes along. And if you are with someone, it could really mean that you see how important that other person is to back you up with all the changes that you're going through. And if it's not going well, your relationship, then maybe it's a strange thing to say, but maybe it's not going to be that difficult to end it. And probably new people are going to knock on your door, because Jupiter also means many, so maybe many people who can come to your life. And it's also about opening the heart for this. It's good for contracts too. I think with all this emphasis on the 7th house, I mean, maybe a business relationship could come out of it. So lots of stuff going on. And the Pluto-Uranus square for you, it happens in the 2nd and in the 5th house, which again is about not being afraid of your talents. 2nd house, the house of talents. 5th house, the house of creativity. So get creative with your talents and you'll be fine. And if you want me to look specifically, I mean in a specific way, in a significant way, Pluto-Uranus on one of your personal planets, and I've got a special offer, you can see it on my website, I'll put a link below, and it's a special offer of 13 euros, I think it's approximately $16-17, and it's about specifically Pluto-Uranus on one of your personal planets. Have a very nice month, you Sagittarians, and have a lot of fun, and have a lot of joy, and have a lot of opening of the hearts. And I wish you all the luck for June. Bye bye, see you next month.